Childbirth gets a bad rap, so today I thought we'd mix it up and we're talking about 10 of the best parts of giving birth. Hey, welcome back to my channel. As most of you guys know, I recently had a baby and I've been sharing some different things about natural childbirth, from how to prepare for a natural birth to the things that helped me manage pain, and then also my birth story. And today is the last video in this little mini series, and to kind of balance out me talking about how difficult my natural childbirth was, I decided I wanted to share with you 10 of my favorite parts about giving birth. And yes, I came up with 10 of these. Yes, giving birth is hard, especially if you do it naturally, but there are some things that are just positive parts of the experience. So I wanted to highlight those. If you have any others that you'd like to share down below in the comments, I would absolutely love to know, so please do that. I hope that you enjoy this video. The first one is having breaks in between your contractions. Nothing feels better than that break between the contractions. It's literally like the eye of the tornado. It's like 1 minute you're really struggling and really feeling that thing, and then the next minute you're talking and it's almost like it didn't happen. You're just like in this alternate universe, at least in early labor. And then when it gets further along, those breaks are a little bit shorter and still kind of crampy, at least for me. But initially, those breaks are just everything. The next great part about giving birth is finding things that work for you and help manage the pain. It truly feels so good to figure out something that works for you during labor and to help just like minimize the pain. I did a whole video on these things, but when I found each of these, there's just a sense of relief and sense of empowerment. Like, I can do this because you are finding your rhythm. So whether that is swaying, or whether that's being in the water, or whether that's doing some primal grunting, like I'm a fan of, finding those things and realizing, wow, I have what it takes in me to do this is so amazing. I feel like that's almost like the best part, because it's actually the part that kind of commingles and works alongside with the hardest part of labor, if that makes sense. So I personally really enjoy finding things that help me during labor. Okay, this one probably would not have been on this list for my first birth, but my second birth, I really actually enjoyed feeling her drop into my pelvis, aka transition, because I knew that it was almost over. So while this part may be kind of painful, it's really exciting, at least it was for me, to know that these contractions are working, they're effective, and they're pushing baby down. So yeah, when I could feel that pressure kind of drop into my pelvic region, that was just a really exciting moment, or hour or two for me. Okay, if you heard my birth story, you probably saw this one coming, but pooping, I'm telling you, that was probably one of the best parts of my birth, is the relief that you get from pooping when you're in so much pain. It's kind of like a little, I don't know how, I'm trying to think of a comparison. When your body is working so hard and there's so much pressure and just mass down in your pelvis, to get something out of that region and to be able to push something out, and pushing out poop is a lot easier than pushing out a baby, let me tell you. And being able to do that, it's like a nice pat on the back or something. I don't know, that's not the right way to describe it, but it just feels good and it's easy. And when labor is really intense, something like that is just pleasant. I mean, who cares if it's on the hospital bed or anything like that? It is just a good thing to get poop out of you when you're in labor. Okay, I'm done talking about this topic. Okay, I'm not done with the gross stuff. I'm sorry if this is too graphic, but birth is a very graphic thing. I mean, I can't think of a more graphic thing than giving birth. Or beautiful. It just involves all your body functions. But another one is throwing up. Throwing up for me felt so good. It's like you're sick, or if you had food poisoning and you throw up, you get that sense of relief. At least that's what I got from it when I threw up a few times in labor. Just your body releasing that. It felt really good for me the times that I threw up during my labor. This video, I'm telling you, this video is weird. I'm just trying to focus on the positive here, so give me some credit for that. But throwing up was a good part of my labor, I have to say. You know something is really hard in life when pooping and throwing up are highlights of the experience. Okay, the next part, these are kind of in order. I was gonna say when the head comes out, but that one kind of burns for most people, so I didn't include that. But when the body comes out, like, to me, that was the best feeling, was when her body came out, because I could feel, it feels like a human at that point. Like, a head is just like all this pressure, but you get that sense like it's a baby. It's not just like contractions in this big thing trying to go through my pelvis. And then it's done, obviously. Like, that's the best part of that, is that it's done once the body is out. So just that feeling of the little squirmy body coming out was just the best feeling ever, because at that point, like, all the hard work is done. So getting that little body out was definitely a good part. Okay, obviously meeting your newborn, that is like the most exciting moment, when you finally see this little baby that you've been making, when you finally get to see the features that they have, even though they're like really swollen and like not kind of how they're really gonna look. Just seeing them, holding them, seeing how much they weigh, what color their hair is, what color their eyes are, how long their toes are, and seeing that all their little fingers and toes are in fact there. Like, that is just the most amazing moment. And also that first time you make eye contact with your little baby, like that is just, I'm sure most moms can agree with that. That definitely surpasses the other bodily functions. Also, if you are breastfeeding, getting that first latch, even though it doesn't, like, at least for me with both my daughters, like their first latch wasn't like a, like, you know, perfect latch, but just that first interest, that first little suckle, like, you know, they're interested in nursing. Like, both of those times have been such a good feeling for me and just a special moment, because I feel like there's so much like fear, apprehension about nursing, and of course you kind of have to go on to develop a better latch and make sure all that works out, but just that first like interest in the breast and like making that new connection and creating that new bond that then you're gonna have with your baby is really special to me. I'm still nursing my toddler who's like over 2 years old, so, and my newborn. It's just crazy that that whole relationship started right then on the day she was born, and we still continued that relationship, and now she's like this huge thing, at least compared to my itty bitty newborn. So with both of my births, that was a special moment and just really exciting for me. If you're in your third trimester, probably any point in pregnancy, especially if your pregnancy is difficult, you can get excited for this. Just having your body back, it feels so amazing. For me, pregnancy is not a walk in the park. Pregnancy is pretty difficult for me personally, and having your body back after like 10 months of it being on loan to grow this human, all the raging hormones and the back pain and the heartburn, all of that stuff, the nausea, just everything, getting your body back is so amazing. Being able to sleep on your stomach again, being able to not pee every second because there's not a baby on your bladder. Yeah, you're nursing now, but just not having a human, like a full-size, not full-size human, a full-size baby human inside of your body. It feels really, really good. And when you're in labor, you can definitely look forward to that. But that is 10 things you can look forward to about giving birth. I bet you didn't think there are 10 things you could look forward to about giving birth, but there you go. Those things are honestly things that were highlights of my birth experience. So again, yes, birth is generally pretty challenging, and I haven't seen any videos like this, so I just wanted to put some positivity out there. Just wanted to focus on the things in birth that were nice or helpful or felt good or were special or just a positive aspect of childbirth. I especially wanted to share all these things after talking about my birth story, because I feel like I just focused so much on how difficult it was during that story. So I just wanted to throw some of these things in there for you. Anyways, I will link those other birth related videos I've just done down below in the description box for you to check out. And if you're new to, oh, there's my baby. Perfect timing. And if you're new to my channel, I would love to have you subscribe. I love you so much, and I'll see you in my next video.